Hi, my name's Sue Ellam and I'm a professional tarot reader and have been for 25 years. And I use a mythic tarot, which is based on Greek mythology.
And hi, I'm Carrie Beleno, intuitive Reiki master teacher, spiritual life coach. And I've got the questions, also been at this for 20 plus years. So here's today's question. Is there such a thing as winning and losing?
Okay.
And again, I heard something. I'll see if your card comes up with
it. The concept of winning and losing creates fear and anxiety, and it creates guilt about things that we should have done in the past and we haven't done, or the oh, I didn't pass my exams. Oh, if only I'd worked harder. The guilt, and will I ever be able to achieve what I want to achieve? And somebody else has got the job and they've won and I've lost. Or it reminds me of that. There was a picture, very famous, of all these, I think, African children sat in a circle with their feet in the center. And there was a story behind it saying that, that they were going to be given some fruit or something if they won the race. And I can't remember the whole exact story, but, and they said, well, why, the person that they said, well, but they shared the fruit. And they said, well, that was yours. They said, but how can I have pleasure in eating the fruit if I can't share it with my friends? So they didn't have a concept of winning and losing. It was all collaboration, not competition. And so competition creates fear and anxiety and tension. I've got a friend who used to run at a kind of international level, and the amount of tension and injury she got to her body because she was trying to achieve certain times and things in order to win races. That was the thing. So it does create tension when you're trying to win and lose. It also gives you choices, and do you have to make mature choices? Do I, because other people are also affected. So if your choice is to win at all costs, there are going to be people that are affected by that. Winning at all costs could be getting to the top of your work, and you've achieved, and you're either become famous or you're getting a high salary, but at what cost? You haven't seen your children grow up, or you haven't managed to take all those holidays with your significant other. There's so many things that get sacrificed when we're on this path to winning. I think the best we can do is if we just aim for being the very best that we can be and not be in competition with everybody else, but allow them to be the very best that they can be, then sometimes they're going to be better than us at certain things, and sometimes we're going to be better than them at certain things. But we have to make choices. What are we prepared to sacrifice if we just have winning and not losing in our sights? We also end up with more than we can actually physically handle, because the more of a winner that you are, the more pressure you've got on you. There's more, you lose your free time. I remember working in a construction company at one time, and the guy that ran the London office of it, he had his calendar booked for 2 years. There was just no space in it. And look at people that could maybe get to the top of the music industry. Where's their freedom when they're booked up and so many people rely on them for their salaries? So they have to go out and sing whether they're in the mood to do so or not, because they have got all these massive arenas booked out. So there is a massive sacrifice to be made when you're a winner, and depends on, you know, what your priorities are, but you do get overloaded. So if you can come to the conclusion that collaborating and not trying to be better than other people, just to be the best that you can be, you will gain loving relationships, because you won't be competing with people. You'll have bonds that will last a lifetime, and a much pleasanter life, I think, when we're not trying to kind of win per se. Those are the cards.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I did a podcast episode about winning and competition in sports teams, and the emotions and the anger that the competition creates within kids, especially, but everyone. And so I think this is really meaningful right now. But I do want to add this last card or the card before the last one. Look at what the pandemic has done. It has ended all competition. We aren't having the Olympics. All of our musicians' schedules are completely emptied. There's the competitive sports have ended. I mean, they're starting to have practices and things now, but it's not going to look the same without the spectators. So much has been equalized around competition and winning and losing because of the pandemic. So I think that this is really vital right now in the situation that we're in. I think it's a big wake-up call for the winning and the losing right now. And the winning typically comes at the expense of others, period. If you've won, someone has lost. And they may or may not take it hard. They may or may not beat themselves up. They may or may not feel like a loser, but you have set the stage to allow that to happen emotionally to a person. And to me, that's unacceptable. So and I know you see so many parents with those like little league baseball teams where they give everybody a trophy and they're so angry because not everybody's a winner. Everyone can't be a winner. Well, the idea of the competitiveness of it, I think, is really archaic. I think it goes back BC to sports and fighting the lion and all of those things. And I think that the competition in humanity has run its course and it's winding down. So I truly don't think there's a place anymore for winning and losing. So just food for thought. If you are in a winning and losing industry, or your schedule is out of control, or you do not have the ability to do the things you want to do out of life, now's the time to stand up for yourself and set the boundaries.
And there's enough for everybody. That is what I think, that's what promotes it, isn't it? Thinking that, you know,
there's lack. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, well, please subscribe and share if that was useful to you and you think somebody else could benefit from the message. And so it's bye from me.
Please do. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.